Can you guys take your seats so we can start our lecture, inshallah? And inshallah, we're going to start our dua for the iftar of Ramadan. So I will give you like 2 minutes, inshallah, to organize yourselves and be ready, inshallah, so everyone can take his own seat. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Let's see how quick you are going to do this, inshallah. So can I see the people of Richey and their takbir? Takbir! One more time, takbir! Okay, let's see how quick you will organize yourself and the kids will take their seats. Yes, Bismillah. So actually, inshallah, before we start our lecture, I just wanted to tell you that in our episode about our kids, about how to build bridges amongst the community members, which is something very essential, we talked about the importance of having the communication. So one of the things that Islam had directed us to do with our kids, that we need to talk with them. And talking and give them time, give them concentration, give them attention, and listen to them. And it is not only time that you are sitting to them, next to them while you are eating or while you are watching the TV, but even time, what we call it, quality time. The time that you will listen to them and they will express themselves. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam had dealt with many of the cases in his community when he wanted the Sahaba, the young ones, to express themselves. So I think it seems like I have to go between the tables tonight. Do you think that's a good idea? Brother Abdul, do you think that's a good idea? Maybe. So where's the song? I think you better to move now. So one of the things that in Islam, when you talk about building bridges amongst the community members and amongst your kids, like you have a child, a young man like Iyad, you have Muhammad, you have lots of young kids. You need actually to spend time, because parents are the primary resource for their kids. Sisters, when you have your own child in your house, you are the primary resource for him to learn from you. And guess what? When you give him your bag and you do not talk with your child, what happens? He will get his information from different sources. Can I ask Jibril, can you please give me the other microphone? So, actually, when you do not give them the attention, when you do not give them the time, the consideration, they will start listening from other sources. And you know the sources that we have here in this country. So what is your goal from your child? What is the first thing? If I wanted to give the microphone actually to the sisters and to the brothers. If you have a child, what do you want your child first to be? So you want your child, basically, the first goal, number one, to be a good Muslim. A Muslim who knows his religion. Most of the parents here, they give attention only to the school, to get good grades. I want my child to be a doctor. I want my child to be an engineer. I want my child to be Because as a Muslim father, as a Muslim mother, your main priority is to teach your child how to be mindful of Allah. So you cannot have a fresh graduated doctor, but he doesn't know how to pray. He doesn't know how to recite Quran. What can I do with a Muslim doctor who doesn't know his religion, who does not have the values of Islam? For me, and based on the Islam, actually, that's a failure. Number one is to have Allah. Number two is to teach him the ethics, the principles of the deen of Allah. And then, yes, you walk along with the study, the certificates, and all of these things. You know, what is the mainstream in the schools nowadays? That as long as you did not get caught by camera, by a policeman, or by your principal in the school, as long as you did not get caught, you are in a good situation. Actually, that's not the Islamic way. In the Islamic way, we are mindful of Allah. We fear Allah's punishment.
It's fixed in case.
So, when your child in the facility of the school, in the facility of college, he will not look around to search for cameras if cameras are calling him. But he will be watchful of Allah, the one that he sees him everywhere. So my brothers and sisters, I'm telling you that fact. And let me tell you that story, which happened actually in our community. And that what made me to talk to you about this topic. The father had disconnected himself from the child. The child actually was 14 years old. Then, eventually, after 2-3 years, I remember the child complained to me. And he said, my father do not talk to me. My father does not have time to talk to me. Always, whether he is at his work, or if he came to the house, whether he's sleeping or he's on his phone. And he thinks, I am a provider. And let me talk to you from that perspective, the perspective of the fatherhood, that since I am a provider, so all what I need to do is to provide, is to give food, drink, pay the mortgage, pay the rent, pay the bills, and that is my mission. Actually, we cannot differentiate between one school with Tarbiyah. Can you please calm down? Can you please put the noise down? I got hit. Really, I got hit. So, because I'm putting too much effort, and by the end of Ramadan, I will lose my focus. So you will not find an imam to pray and to lead the salah, except if we have Brother Yusuf and Sheikh Muhammad, so they can be in charge. So actually, 2 words I want to share with you. The word Tarbiyah and the word Ri'ayah. Tarbiyah means to raise up a child. Think about the meaning even in English. Raise up a child. Like you are building the pillars and the foundation of a solid building. That's your real investment. And the other they might be attacked, or even some of their colleagues are going to make fun of them. But if we make tarbiyah and we taught our kids the real Islam, the real Aqidah, how to defend themselves, how to understand Islam very well, wallahi, we will not be, worried about our children. Let me tell you, just give me 1 minute before we go to the dua. One of the statistics, and I wasn't willing to share this with you tonight, but because I see lots of parents are not paying attention, and I'm talking about a very essential topic in their life, the best thing that they have ever, their kids. One of the statistics that were published, that the third generation, for those who came to the United States as Muslims, the third generation, 80% of them will lose their Islam. Third generation. Like, can you imagine your name is Muhammad? Your father's name is Ahmed. Your grandfather's name is Kamaluddin. And your grandchild is Chris, is George. That's a fact. The third generation of the Muslims who came to the United States, 80% of them will lose their identity. Think about this. So you will be in your grave. Allah will ask you about that child. Did you teach him Islam? Do you feel angry when your child is missing Salah? Do you feel angry if your child did not know his religion? Like if your daughter came and said, you know that, I will take off my hijab. So how do you approach her? Okay, honey, do whatever you want, no problem, don't put stress, don't be extremists. As if applying the hijab, that became an indication of extremism, which is one of the basics of Islam. When you're a child, when your boy comes to you, Dad, I went to the college and now I have a girlfriend. So what is your reaction? You say, that's a good step. I like this. Oh, can you tell me what's her name? One of the basic things that we need to teach our children, that your deen comes first. May Allah protect our kids. May Allah fix our kids for us. May Allah make them in the best of the forms ever. May Allah make their hearts enlightened with the Quran. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep them always on the straight path. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Thank you so much for cooperating with me tonight. And I want to make a dua inshallah today before the iftar. And it is one of the times that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said your dua will be answered. So the group who sponsored the iftar for tonight, Friends Group from Tampa, and the group, mashallah, for many years now, they decided to come to New Richey and sponsor iftar in New Richey. I admire their cooperation. They're working as one body, as one family. We thank them. We thank the Friends Group from Tampa. Thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. And I ask all of you to give them a round of applause for their appreciation. Thank you so much. May Allah bless you. And may Allah keep always as one body, as one family. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. brother Rizwan and his family, Safwan, Ikwan, and sister Shafi, and my friend, the little boy, Samir, and Anisa, and the whole family. May Allah bless them. May Allah bless our brother Rizwan and give sister Shafi the complete shifa. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. They are always in our prayers, and they are always in a connection with our community members. May Allah bless all of you. Let's raise our hands. May Allah answer our dua. اللهم لك الحمد يا ربنا كما تحب وكما ترضى. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد. اللهم تقبل صيامنا وصلاتنا وركوعنا وسجودنا. اللهم اختم بالباقيات الصالحات أعمالنا. اللهم بلغنا ليلة القدر. اللهم بلغنا ليلة القدر. اللهم وفقنا لعمل صالح يرضيك. توفنا مسلمين وألحقنا بالصالحين. واحشرنا يا ربنا في زمرة خير المرسلين. اللهم نور حياتنا بالقرآن واجعل القرآن شفيعا لنا يا رب العالمين. اجعله قائدنا إلى الجنة ولا تجعله سائقنا إلى النار. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله